If you're thinking about moving to Mount Vernon, New York, or you're already here and second guessing yourself, I'm going to give you the real pros and the real cons of living here in 2026. Not a highlight reel, not a sales pitch, because you deserve to know what you're actually getting into before you sign anything. Stay with me. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly whether Mount Vernon is the right move for you. Before we get into it, if you're seriously considering buying in Mount Vernon and you want someone to look at your actual situation, your income, your timeline, and tell you straight whether this market makes sense for you, I have a link below to book a free call with me. No pressure, no pitch, just real conversation. Now, let's get into it. Mount Vernon has a unique location. It borders the Bronx and Yonkers. Mount Vernon has direct transport to New York City via Metro North. We have three train stations: Fleetwood, Mount Vernon East, and Mount Vernon West. Also, quick access to the I-87, I-95, and Bronx River Parkway. And if you're taking private transport, you're 25 minutes from the Bronx and 20 minutes from White Plains. Compared to what you're paying in Manhattan and Brooklyn, or even parts of Westchester, Mount Vernon still gives you real square footage, a yard, a driveway at a price point that is actually within the reach for working families. You can find single family homes here that would cost you from approximately $299,000 to $900,000 more just a few miles away. That gap is the opportunity. This is one that doesn't show up on Zillow. Mount Vernon has community in a way that a lot of cities don't. There are block association, churches on every corner, family events, West Indian culture, Latino culture, African American history deeply embedded in this city. If community matters to you, if Sunday dinners, your kids playing outside, knowing your neighbors matters to you, Mount Vernon delivers that in a way a lot of places can't. Mount Vernon has been undervalued relative to its neighbors for years. That's starting to change. Buyers who got in here 5 and 10 years ago have been seeing real appreciation. The areas right around the Metro North station, Fleetwood especially, has been steadily climbing. If you buy smart here in 2026, you're not just buying a home. You're buying into a market that has room to grow. Mount Vernon has its own commercial strip, restaurants, grocery stores. You're not in the middle of nowhere. You've got everyday needs covered locally. And when you want more, you're a short drive or train ride from literally everywhere the New York metro area has to offer. Okay, I told you I was going to be straight with you. So here's the real cons, and I'm not going to sugarcoat them. Westchester County has some of the highest property taxes in the entire country, and Mount Vernon is no exception. Depending on the home and the assessed value, you could be looking at $8,000 to $15,000 or more per year in property tax. That needs to be in your budget before you fall in love with a house. I see buyers get surprised by this all the time, and I don't want that to be you. I'm going to be honest here because I think you can handle it. The Mount Vernon City School District has faced its challenges. The test scores are struggling, resources has been stretched, and if you have kids or plan to, this is something you need to research before you buy. Some families make it work with public schools, others factor private or charter school costs into their budget. It's not a deal breaker for everyone, but it's something you need to go into with eyes open. Mount Vernon is not a uniform city. Fleetwood neighborhood feel different from parts of Southside. Some blocks are beautiful, well maintained, and tight knit. Other blocks have more issues with vacancy, upkeep, or crime. This means where you buy specifically matters enormously. You can't just buy in Mount Vernon. You have to buy in the right part of Mount Vernon. That's where working with someone who actually knows this market becomes critical. Here's the irony. Because Mount Vernon is still one of the more affordable markets close to New York City, the well-priced, move-in ready homes go fast. If you're not prepared, pre-approved, know your numbers, ready to move, you will lose out to buyers who are. The market rewards the prepared buyers. This is not a city where you can browse casually and then decide in 3 weeks. So, here's the real bottom line on Mount Vernon in 2026. If you're a working person, you care about community, you want to stop renting and start building something, and you're willing to do your homework on the right neighborhood and the right home, Mount Vernon is genuinely one of the best opportunities left in the entire New York metro area at this price point. But, and I mean this, go in with your eyes open. Know the taxes. Research the schools for your situation. Work with someone who knows this city block by block, not just on paper. If that sounds like the kind of guidance you're looking for, click the link below. We'll get on a call, look at your real numbers, and figure out together if Mount Vernon is your move. No cost, no pressure, just straight talk. If this video gave you something real, hit subscribe. I'm putting out honest content about Mount Vernon every single week. Drop a comment below and tell me, what's your biggest question about moving here? I read everyone. See you in the next video.